Fellows program is a project out of the CoLab in the Department of Urban Studies and Planning at MIT, where students have the opportunity to engage in New Orleans and work and learn with community members, with the city, and with the alumni that work down there, and really apply what we learn in the classroom in the field.
So in planning, and I think in planning schools across the United States, New Orleans is such a case study. It's a lesson in some class all the time. And if you're going to be a planner in this country, I think you have to have an understanding of what happened in New Orleans. And when I actually had the opportunity to go down there and see what was happening, it blew my mind. It was nothing that the classroom could teach me.
I've been partnering with the Broadmoor Development Corporation and EnviroNew, which is a project of the Salvation Army, to help develop homebuyer financing initiatives and make calculations to figure out how green affordable homes can be more affordable and more green for more people.
I was a fellow with Broad Community Connections, which is a Main Street organization in New Orleans, and they're dedicated to revitalizing Broad Street, which is a main street from Tulane Avenue to Bayou Road. And I worked on a market study for a grocery store and also did a neighborhood story project with business owners on the street.
I had actually worked in New Orleans before coming to grad school at DUS for an affordable housing nonprofit redeveloper, Rebuilding Together. And I was really excited to have the opportunity to go back this summer between the 2 years here and keep working in issues of housing, but really work on it from a different perspective. And I worked with the St. Rock Project through the CoLab. And my project was writing a business plan for a new energy efficiency technology.
The neighborhood story project that I did was something that I designed by myself. It was just an idea in my head, and it actually worked, and people were really responsive. And what I did is I went up and down the street and I distributed disposable cameras to different business owners and workers to learn more about their experience on Broad Street. And it's always sort of a risk to enter a new community. You don't know if people are going to be receptive to you or talk to you, but people were really, really nice and really willing to share their stories.
My success actually comes out of Aditi's project, because she wrote this fantastic market study for this grocery store site, and really the background backs up even further to the Main Streets class in 2008 or 2007 that first created the Broad Street Main Street, and now she and I, based off this plan that came out of that class that was then a market study for her this summer, are working on the actual finance plan for bringing a grocery store to that site, and it's going to be submitted to the JP Morgan Chase development competition. So it's like each round of working on this street is building to something bigger and something even more tangible. Apparently something like 70% of recovery funds have not been released to the city yet. DUSC has been involved in planning and creating and studying, but now we're at the phase where we might actually be building. And that's a really exciting phase to be a part of.
I think one of the unique things about the NOLA Fellow program is that it's not a in and out quick intervention. It's a commitment to a sustained engagement and partnership between students and the community. I feel that I'm part of MIT now because I did the New Orleans Fellow program much more than